Yeah, we that year was actually was a tough year to start the year. I actually had just signed a 2-year extension, and it wasn't a great. Really, I was fighting for my job going into that training camp. I had a guy that I was competing with for the spot, and we were pretty neck and neck throughout all training camp. And in the last game of the year, our last preseason game, I actually got the nod to start, and I played well, and I was able to kind of follow that up. But I think probably the biggest difference and kind of the change my I was able to start, not just playing better, but being more involved was Kyle Shanahan and his offensive staff. They use a fullback a lot, and I'm definitely a player that plays better when I'm involved more. Going back to my South Carolina days, when I'm on the field more, I'm going to play more. I have more confidence. I can get in a rhythm. I think most athletes are like this. So I think a lot of it was just my play time and getting more opportunities. And with all that, I practiced more. I got more reps in practice, and I was able to really sharpen my sword when it came to the game. So I think a lot of it had to do with the offensive scheme. Running the outside zone is something that's more tailored to me. Not being a big 250, 240-pound fullback, I'm 235, 236, but being able to move in space, being able to get on safeties, being able to finesse linebackers, and when I need to get downhill, go get downhill on those guys. So a lot of it was the scheme and just being utilized. So that was definitely a big year, and also having a guy like Devontae Freeman who had a breakout year that year. Blocking for a guy like him definitely helps out too.
For sure. So I almost hate to do it, Pat, but I've got to ask you about it. Super Bowl 51 against the New England Patriots. Oh. Talk about the good and the bad, because again, you're a South Carolina guy that it's crazy. We've seen these South Carolina Gamecocks playing in the Super Bowl. It feels like I can't remember the last time a Gamecock was in the Super Bowl. And you're a guy, you had 2 catches for 12 yards in that game. You can proudly say, I played in the Super Bowl, I contributed in the Super Bowl, but we obviously know how the game went. I mean, just lay it out for people that were just watching that game on TV or even that were just in the stands. I mean, can you explain Super Bowl 51?
Oh, man. Just so many emotions throughout the course of that game, that week. I mean, it was an incredible experience. Playing in the Super Bowl is an honor, and it's, comes with a lot of hard work. And, doing it with the guys that we did in Atlanta, it was a really special year. We, offensively, we scored a bunch of points. I think we set some records and stuff like that. So it was a really special year. But to get to the Super Bowl, between media day and, literally you're gone for a week. We practiced at the University of Rice for a week. We did meetings in a hotel. So it was just a really, really neat experience, really cool experience, something that, I'll have forever. But when it comes to the game, we came out, we had an incredible game plan for him. Came out the first drive, drove down and scored. Devontae had a huge run. Very first play of the game, we ran they motioned me out of the backfield, and we ran like a toss sweep, kind of had some guys pulling like a down around scheme, and it was a game 30 or 40 yards, and that's when we knew all right, we're gonna roll on these boys. And I think Austin Hooper, our tight end, ended up scoring the first touchdown of the game. And we just, cut right before halftime. Robert Alford picked the pass off, ran it back for a touchdown. I mean, we were riding high, and I think some of the young guys thought the game was over before it was over. Little did they know there's a guy by the name of Tom Brady who had the ball majority of the second half, unfortunately. I think they had 94 or 95 offensive plays the Patriots had in that game, which is an astronomical amount of plays. I think they limited us to 60 because when we had it, we scored. But they'd have these long drives and kind of keep us off the field. But, yeah, when we were up, 28-3 in the third quarter? Yeah. I mean, we were on top of the world. I think guys thought we had already won before we'd won. Some guys got complacent, but I think a lot of the older guys kind of knew that we needed to continue to roll because Tom can do anything at any point in time like he did. But yeah, at the end of the game was was pretty awful. It felt terrible. Devontae missed a protection with Dante Hightower strip sack, and they ended up picking the ball up, and that was like the momentum point of the game. Is when that happened, because I think they got the ball. They were down 2 or 3 scores with 7 or 8 minutes left when that happened, and they ended up scoring on that drive. And then when Julio made that catch in the fourth quarter, I'm like, you're making me relive all this stuff, and I hate you for it.
I'm sorry.
But Julio made that catch on the sideline, which, personally, I thought it sealed the game. I thought we were going to run the ball first and second down, and then run the ball again on third down. And if we needed to kick a field goal, be up 7 points, and the best we could do, we would have been up 2 scores. But we ended up throwing the ball on first down, having a holding penalty backing us up, and then we took a sack. And I think we had another holding penalty, and we ended up having a punt to him. And really, I was just sitting there on the sideline praying that, Tom would get sacked or some fluke thing would happen. And then I think that was the drive when Edelman caught the unbelievable. I think that was I think that was the last drive of the game. Before overtime. It was just, being in the locker room after the game was awful. Guys were crying, and it was just, so many emotions going on. Our season was over. That was the last time that 2016 group of Atlanta Falcons were going to be together, free agency, and how the league works. It's a revolving door. So it was, it was sad. I'd probably say it took several months to get over it. But, there's always this next year where you get a chance to get back and play in a Super Bowl and hopefully win one. So hopefully we can pick things up in Buffalo, and hopefully we can get that opportunity.